Welcome back to an Old World Fanatics live stream. It is pretty early over here in Australia, and I'm getting ready for what is it? The World Championships of Warhammer preview. Hoping for some Old World stuff. It's Gomo here, and I'm flying solo. As I said, I only just got up, pretty tired. I don't know if I even set the stream up right. So, hopefully, if people are out there, they'll probably watch it back anyway. If you are there, throw a comment up. I'm flying solo on this, so I have to look at a few things, but that's all good. Should be pretty fine. I was going to bring up a different screen as well, but it looks like I can't share two screens. A little annoying. I thought I could. It's just before I got on, I saw that G-Dub just announced their mid-year guidance for their profits, saying it's up. Forecasts are up, and their shares, I mean, the shares are up obviously everywhere because of the crazy, most probably the US election, which just bumps everything around. Whether it's got anything to do with it or not is anyone's guess, but at the same time, they just went up 17%. So I'm not sure if they've actually released their actual mid-year guidance report yet, as in the actual PDF, but might be worth digging in. I'm not sure if there's any news in there, but like I said, I just saw it as I got up. That's a huge jump, obviously, for one day, 17%, smashing the rest of the FTSE market, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, hopefully that means good things. It does sound like a lot of it's come from the new Space Marine 2 video game, but obviously that's Games Workshop. If it wasn't for 40k, they wouldn't be this big, let's be honest. It is what it is. What are you guys hoping for with the... now, I guess if you are on... let me know if it's actually coming through. Maybe I should actually look at that on a different screen. Yeah, what do you guys think we're going to be seeing for Old World? Is it one of those other disappointing reveals, or are we going to actually see some new figures? Because that would be interesting. We've got some new models, because we do know new models are coming for Old World. I can see there's a few... sorry, just checking. That's interesting. I can see there's a few people around. Hopefully I got my times right too, because it kept changing around there. People saying different times. So if not, I will jump on at the right time, but that's all good. Just trying to see if I can find my live stream. I'm hoping we see some new Empire, but I'm not sure. So I'm on my other screen looking for some stuff. It's a shame I couldn't bring that up. Here we go, Empire. Hey, Grinaldi, how you going? Emp's given, but maybe some sneak peek of High Elves. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we know High Elves are coming next. Yeah, I'm not sure. Have they ever done that? Have they given us 2 reveals? I'm not sure. And then there's the general hand well, we keep calling it the balance, competitive balance book, general's handbook, general compendium, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there's a couple of things they could leak, but I don't know. Is this a model one? You know, are they telling rules here, or are they just going to have shots of models? But they do talk. You're right. They do have they chat with the designers and stuff. So it might be good if we get a little bit of a glimpse of what they're thinking for next year. Because after the 2 armies that they've told us about, which I suspect are going to be out pretty soon in the new year, there's only 2 left. They should have all 9 factions out by mid-year, I reckon. I'd be disappointed if they didn't. So what else is coming? At some point, they do like to drop some of that. So that would be cool. Well, it sounds like my stream is going. That's all cool. Okay, well, that looks like it is working. Yeah, obviously I play Empire, or did in 8th. I've had 1 Old World game, 2, 1, I don't know. This will be the motivator. If it's Empire, it's going to really screw up my plans to finish my Orcs, because I really need to rebase my Empire as well. So that is going to be And I've been leaving it longer and longer. We've got a month until we see some of this stuff potentially. A little bit more, but well, that's the thing. You're right. That's here we go. I might shut up for a second and see what they're going to say.
And a very warm welcome.
Let me know if the audio is coming through.
World Championship online preview. My name's Nick. This is Alex. Alex, we've got a whole bunch of stuff to show people today, right?
Cheers,
We do indeed. We've got stuff from Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer the Age of Sigmar, Warhammer the Horus Heresy, Warhammer the Old World, and some stuff from Black Library.
It's going to be stuff you're expecting, stuff you're not expecting. It's going to be very exciting. We're here, of course, this weekend because the World Championships are taking place in Atlanta right now as we speak, as well as the Grand Narrative there as well.
How do I turn
Grand Narrative is taking place at Warhammer World here too, and you're there this weekend.
I am. I'm somehow here and there.
I won't bump it.
You're being a Necron, I believe, of some description. Indeed. Which is, it's great. I can't wait to see that costume. But there we go. Welcome to all of you at the event, especially. But without any further ado, it's time to look at our first preview. And this one's been waited for and looked forward to for a long time.
That dude's 40k. I was going to look like a horse. This is guard. Oh, okay. How much I know. They do look pretty good. I mean, I'm not a 40k player, but I just want to get models like this for Old World. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Okay, they look good. They're really good at launching these box sets. This will be a really good taster if we get some of that Old World down the track.
They're here. They're finally here. We've teased and hinted about these guys for a long time, and it's finally time to unleash a death core of Krieg into the world, and that's army.
I'm not really sure what these guys are, really, apart from Astra Militarum. What was it? The Guard? I'll probably keep talking over 40k because it is what it is. I do like how they, like I was saying, I love how they've been bringing out those special edition stuff and then those box sets. They know how to launch armies now, and we didn't really get that back in the 8th edition days. So if we ever, and even, I think even Heresy gets a bit of this. Obviously, with their Astra Militarum release a little bit at least. So hopefully once you know, the long rumored Cathay and all that comes out at some point, hopefully they get a bit of that treatment, even if it's just a little bit. I did hear was it Square Base were talking about potentially change? I mean, this was all speculation, so it's not like they know anything either. They said that, but adjusting the release cycles a little bit, you know, maybe to go to a 4-year cycle. And I was like, well, I'm not sure about that, but I do think Horus Heresy and Old World could sit against AOS and 40k in terms of trying to move their financial sort of speed bumps around a little bit. So it's not so spiky with 40k, but who knows? That's the thing. Hopefully Old World is as successful for them. Yeah, the old Granada's just saying maybe the hero on a horse would be a good proxy for an engineer and mechanical steed. Yeah, that was a classic model. I wonder if that will make a stand, or what's called a comeback when Empire come out.
Right, but let's take a look at some of the new
Imperial. That is it. The what's his name? The general, the Solitar. So I don't know. One of the old. It came out on 9th edition, I think. 40k. He looks pretty. He's almost Empire-ish. But yeah, these guys potentially. The gas masks obviously a bit weird. Geez, you could do some weird conversions here for chaos because the gas mask makes sense, and those hooves, Nurgle, Knights of Chaos Knights. Not as much armor, but that would be pretty funny.
They're a product of Krieg, whereby, you know, life is a little bit cheaper than the tank.
I was about to say, does anyone know the? Can tell me the fluff around Krieg? I mean, I've heard of it, but I've actually I don't know too much about it.
How do they
Those
play?
poor
On the
horses.
table, they're actually
No
quite
one's been looking
versatile
after their
units,
hooves.
utility units. So the Rough Riders with Attila we've seen before are just there to punch into a unit as hard as they possibly can. These
Ah,
guys
the
are
Rough
quite a
Riders of
bit more
Attila. I remember
utility
that
in
from
there. They've got las carbines, which is
school
weapons
days.
they
So are
can
these the same
carry,
planet? I
and
don't know.
they have the screening line rule, which lets them move after enemies have moved as well to protect their lines, and they can get bogged down into combat. Every single one of them carries a power saber, which is really cool, and they therefore protracted combat, so you can charge them in and lead them against infantry units rather than just try and destroy in one hit, which is nice. So lots of different uses for them, speed, combat, the works. Just great models. And what's nice as well is the steed's claws actually have nice rules. It's got AP1 on the claws for the steed.
I love it.
Sharpen the
Touching on the
space
little
with
rules
fire blade,
there.
which is great. These are fantastic. I love the fact in particular you talked about the
So interestingly, they're not
reduction
interviewing.
of steeds. That's
Oh, I
There
guess
is- they're not given names.
are these guys
So
live
it's
out of
irrelevant.
Atlanta doing this?
It's
No,
all
surely not.
40K
Maybe they
today.
are.
On to the next model. Now, big guns never tire in 40K, and it's certainly
Indeed.
true in the Krieg forces. These are the artillery teams. Huge,
But
huge
these guys are
guns
both Warhammer
in
TV
the
dudes, aren't they?
field, as
Like
we've
they're
seen
not
before.
40K
Tell me more about the siege artillery forces.
designers.
Tends to
So
specialise,
it looks
as
like
we've
we're
said,
not getting
in
interviews with
siege
the
warfare. And you know, if you're
design
trying to
team,
attack
if
bunker
maybe.
or
I'm not
fortress or
sure.
anything, you need something that is going to smash apart the walls.
Yeah,
so you
that's
can
the thing.
charge.
I mean,
This is
look at
exactly
the.
what these things do.
I just
And
can't
there's a
wait
couple of different
if
weapon
Old World
options for you.
gets
So
at
yeah,
least
there are
some of
four
this
weapon
treatment.
options
Because I mean, the
for
stuff
the
coming out for
artillery
Heresy
teams.
has
You've got
been
the
bloody
heavy
phenomenal
mortars,
as well.
ideally for just smashing heavy infantry away. The quad launchers are there for massed infantry.
So you know,
multiple
if
rocket
Old
launchers,
World's
which
staying
is
around. If that's the
bigger
case, they're
and
going to go
plus.
through and do
And
a
my favourite,
re-release
this
of
huge
everything at
siege
some point. I would
cannon,
imagine.
which is just a devastating
Yeah, if it stayed
explosive
around again
charge,
forever,
damage
which
3
I can't
shots.
see why it wouldn't.
Now, none of these are very accurate, but when they hit hard, which is great. It's nice to have these miniatures at the back of your battlefield, and of course, that model is huge. It's
Actually,
a
like that
130
paint
mil
job.
base.
Very. I mean,
It's
obviously very
monstrous. It's a nice little
realistic,
diorama for your
technically,
forces as
given
well.
it's
Really cool little bit for
humans.
stuff at the back as well. It's really
But I
nice
also
to
like
have
how
that.
it's actually quite a
Maybe not
grey
100%,
paint job, but they've actually done a good job. It
Up
doesn't
next,
look too
we've got
boring,
the, Krieg combat
which is
engineers,
pretty cool.
Alex.
Oh, we have a
Well,
Twitch
these
ad on the
guys look like
side.
they're running forwards, which isn't ideal for guardsmen normally.
No, typically a guardsman wants to be on a gun line with you know, a lot of his mates.
Yeah.
But really, these guys, their duty is to go forward, to dig trenches, to clear wires, clear landmines. It's
It makes me wonder. Is that a little? What was that? A little landmine clearer? That's pretty cool.
For close quarters fighting. So they've got flamers and shotguns and swords and lots
The
of
marketing
special
and the
Yeah,
effort
they
they
are
go to for the
pretty
promotional stuff, the shots. I mean, it's not just painting the figures, is it? It's all the scenery around it, the backdrops and the paintings. You can see why some things take a bit to come out.
Which is a really cool little attack that one of the guys over the controller just sends out, doing mortal damage to nearby units, which is just a cool little model and probably going to be everyone's favourite of the preview, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I love releasing
that
these little
leading them all into battle.
the dogs,
is
the pets,
famed Lord
their little
Marshal
robots.
Dreer.
Yeah.
What a model this is, Alex.
So Lord Marshal Varnon Dreer, basically, he's achieved his position.
Yeah,
entirely through
some
merit,
people
as
would
you'd
do
expect
some
from the
interesting
Death Warrior.
conversions with this
But
thing.
leads from the front. This isn't a general that stands at the back and orders his troops forward. This guy is.
So you could plaster some other armor
His,
over the top of it and
mount,
make it look.
the
I'm
S819s,
thinking
as
chaos
they're
just because of
all
the
got numbers, not names. Has
figures.
fallen
Well,
several
how
times
big
in
is it?
battle,
That's the. I
and
guess
the
that's
Lord
the question.
Marshal
But it would be. It'd
insists
fit on
that
30
it
by
is
60,
repaired
surely.
and returned to him.
The fact
Who
it's repaired
knows?
rather than just
Yes.
healed. I love it.
And
Actually,
so this
maybe
has
it
created
wouldn't.
this kind of myth
It's
about
pretty
them
big.
that they are indestructible. But you know, Dreer is well aware that that's not actually the case.
Well, it's a nice little bit of narrative here comes in the gameplay, because this myth about him being indestructible, actually, he has a rule called tough to kill, whereby, like my Lord and Saviour Ruta Gulliman, he can come back after he's been killed.
Oh, great! More of that.
Or maybe.
Yes.
More Green Knight
he's
action.
particularly tough to get rid of, which is nice when the sort of the narrative marries up with the rules on the table. And his sword there is the Saber of Sacrifice, is a devastating sword too. He's an inspirational leader for your forces. Don't run away when he's nearby, and can lead Death Riders units into the fray as well, which is just great. Gives devastating wounds on a charge to a unit of Death Riders, which is really cool.
We've mentioned it's just a stunning model. That base.
It does
I
make.
can see this being one of many Golden Demon entries.
Oh, you
I
know,
think
absolutely
people
right.
like human. You know,
Comes
we've
there
talked
as
about this
right.
before. People love
There's
human
also other stuff
factions.
coming alongside Death Riders.
Um,
Of course, we've got
Oh, Sean, how you
Minotaur
going, mate?
Codex here.
How long are these things?
We
Not
talked about
maybe an
Greek
hour.
stuff,
I
but
don't know.
Of course, the Ashman Minotaur
50,
Codex
40
deal with
minutes,
the
maybe?
entire forces, the Cadians and other forces. It mentions all
I
regiments.
have no idea. I don't even know if they tell
Like
you.
any other
They just
codex
sort
you
of.
can expect to see,
Yeah, sure. That's what I was sort of saying. I think people love
all of those, the history
human
of
things, and the
mortal
more you can put in
conflicts
there, and
and
that's why I
in the
think
past. And
Kids Live in Cathay would be huge too, because it just gives you more sort of fluff and human conversions and models in Old World.
This is an incredibly flexible combat patrol.
Oh God, I didn't even see them bring this out. Is this new as well? That's the Rough Riders, yeah. Okay, they're obviously new. I remember them from the old days.
Don't forget the current Astra Militarum.
Oh, maybe an hour and a half.
Well,
I hope
don't worry
not.
about that.
I need a
Of
coffee
course,
at some
the
point.
codex will see every rule for every unit, character, and vehicle.
I couldn't get the coffee machine out this early because then it wakes the cat up, which wakes the dog up, and then I'm going to be in trouble. So I have to try to be quiet.
So they can have their own rules. And the detachments in there, there are 5 different detachments for the Astra Militarum, depending on how you want to fight. For a combined arms regiment, you've got a siege regiment for all your big guns, the mechanized assault for jumping out of tanks. Hammer of the Emperor is just all tanks.
What did they say? What order did the logos come up to when they were announcing what they're going to show? Oh, why am I getting a spinner? Is that my computer? Or is that theirs? My other thing's saying all good. Interesting. I have fine speed, so I'm assuming I'm going to try to reload that tab. Maybe something went weird.
It wasn't there.
Yeah, there we go. I don't know what happened. Nope, spinning again. Twitch.
Remington Limitless X with 6 hybrid cutting system. For a shape that feels.
It's them. Okay, good. Damn it. Is it Twitch just going to ads for me?
Was comfortable and
I don't
close.
know. So it doesn't screw up. Those are not rough, bro. They're pretty human. Whoa. What is happening? Well, this is going to make a fun live stream. You can probably walk away from the. Oh, sorry, I'm just catching up short of what you just said. Well, you can, but yeah, it's. I don't want to wake everyone up, but actually, it wouldn't wake it. Ours is a 2-story house. It wouldn't wake anyone upstairs, but then my cat sleeps downstairs, and then the dog doesn't get on with the cat, and yeah, it starts a big thing. It's very annoying. What are they doing? I don't know. Can anyone? Do they stream this off like YouTube as well, or is it just Twitch? Not even sure. Let's have a look on my other screen. There's a Warhammer channel. Yeah, it's working on YouTube, I think. So I might switch over to it. So maybe something's screwed with my Twitch stream. Let's do that because this is not working. Silly games workshop. Let's switch that.
Last cannon. You'll have seen those before in plenty of different ways. But exciting enough is the huge Krieg heavy flamer as well, which just looks great.
That's it. You don't really think of having a heavy flamer as part of a weapons team like this, but as you can imagine, say you took one in a squad, it's that guaranteed Overwatch success.
I mean, it took take 3 in a squad, Alex, if you wanted to. One. Our range
kids living all that are a while away, that's for sure.
2 flamers. That's absolutely devastating. Don't charge them, whatever you do. Really cool to see those. And there we go. That is all the new models coming for the Death Corps of Krieg, which is exciting. But there's more stuff coming in the festive
Hopefully that's
period.
working. Let me know if you guys are getting that again.
So throughout December, on the Warhammer community website, there's going to be a series of downloads available, which are detachments
for
of Warhammer 40,000 as some kind of Grotmas calendar.
Happy Grotmas, everybody. Throughout December, we're releasing 30 different downloads for Warhammer 40,000, all match play legal, all game legal. You can use them wherever you want to at all. And there's some really exciting stuff in there, including the index for the Death Watch is on the way. Death Watch players will be very happy to see there'll be ways
okay,
you
so
can
they're
use your
throwing out
kill
a lot
teams
of
that you have
extra stuff
in their
for
new
the
index
NFL.
coming, and also Chaos Demon players can be excited too.
They
There's
should be doing that
4
for
detachments coming.
Fantasy.
for them.
Give us another
One
FAQ.
each
Not, I
of
mean,
the
you know,
Chaos powers.
we don't need a major one.
What's really nice is that they've been
But some of this
future-proofed
rumours
too,
for
so
this
we've just seen the Astra
general
Militarum
stuff
is getting
might
their
be
new
that
codex
it's just
soon.
PDF.
But their Astra
So,
Militarum detachment they're getting
You
during
might
the
get
Brokers
it
calendar.
sooner
It's
rather than
still
later
legal
than if
once
they're
that book comes out too.
willing to do
So,
that.
yeah,
So when you get your new codex, you can still continue to use these.
absolutely. It's really cool,
Brilliant.
isn't it? Nice to see. Right. We're going to leave one before you.
What are we, 5:15?
I'm going to head off to the old world.
Oh, here we go. Empire. Sean comes back. There's the war wagon. It's the army reveal.
Yes, the
Oh,
Empire of
Empire
Man
are here.
returns to the old world, a much beloved army for the old
Yeah.
world. And here it is with a whole swathe of releases. This is a really exciting one.
There is a huge number of kits coming back from
Yeah,
this.
they had
And
enough.
one of the best things about it is that this means you can field a whole Empire army entirely in plastic.
That is great. It's a really cool thing to see.
Yeah, wow.
Many people who've played with Empire in the past will recognize a few of these miniatures, if not all
There's
of
the
them.
militia.
It's just
I think
great to
that's
see them
like
back on the
everyone
table
wants that.
again. But
Especially
for
that being
now,
Wardenheim
who
back-
are the Empire
Wardenheim
of
back.
Man at this point in the old world, Alex?
So for about 1,000 years,
Those
the
poor
Empire
knights,
has basically
though,
been
they're
in
just-
a state
oh,
of
they're shit.
disarray. And after the time of the 3 emperors, we've had the Vampire Wars, and finally, there's now about 4 factions. And they're not in a civil war outright, but, you know, towns change hands and the occasional skirmish happens. So not everything is particularly peaceful.
Empire armies are made up of professional soldiers. There are blocks of state troops, missile troops, artillery, cavalry, and of course, fantastic monsters and war machines too.
God,
They're
how many
such a
waves
fun
are going to
army
need to get
have.
all this out?
And we're going to see loads of old favorites coming back, including the state troops, the missile troops, the pistoliers, the knights, Demigryph knights, and of course, more exotic things like the steam tank,
Bad
the
paint
General
job for the
Griffin,
steam tank,
and
I
the War
think.
Altar are all coming back as well, which is really cool. We've got some
myself a second
metal kits
Griffin.
coming back as well, right? Remember the Grand Masters of the
Oh,
Night Warders from the
yes.
past? I painted the Knights Panther one when I was young.
Wow.
They're
I
coming
might get
back.
them.
Warrior Priests,
want all
Tuchin
them.
Guard are on the way as well, which is
Ooh.
nice. See, there's a strong Middenheim theme for this
Yes.
this time around.
Tewiton
We've got the
Guard.
made to order stuff with the classic Empire engineers, Battle Standard Bearer, General on Griffin. The Commander on Pegasus is coming back, flying in from the
old
90s.
school Peg.
Some real classics. We're also going to see the Imperial Ogres coming
Oh,
back. Now,
God.
these predate even my Empire army. Great to see these coming back from the past.
And this guy, this is the one with the hand cannon, but there's also going to be hand weapons and great weapons.
Yeah, there's going to be a few options. Literally a hand.
It'd be funny
cannon
when you
this guy's
compare that
carrying.
against the
But,
Krieg
Alex, let's talk
sculpts.
about the star of the show. It is, of course,
The war wagon.
the
Look
War
at
Wagon
it.
is making its appearance back in the old world after not being available for some 25 years. It's just great to see. Now, this is a Forge World resin kit. It's actually a Forge World remaster. They've taken the original kit
because it
and
was a big
remastered it
bitch.
up, sharpened up a lot of the points, made the detail crisper. They've resculpted the horses at the front. Those are brand new.
Yeah, I thought
And
that-
this
yeah.
chap here is the engineer that accompanies them. He's a brand new model as well. But it's just great. Now, I'm right in thinking there's lots of strange weapons on top of the guys in that little couple, right?
Yes, there is. So these sort of things fell out of fashion in the Empire. But then when Nuln came along and decided to deploy an entire fleet of them, everybody wanted a piece of the action.
You've got in there the man catcher, you've got the bombard launcher, the Hochland long rifle, there's a repeater gun, and a hook
Man,
helmet
they're
in
going to
there
sell
as
so
well.
many war
All the
wagons.
experimental weapons together in one place, just in case one of them explodes, which is nice to see. A great miniature. Add it to your collection very soon for the old world. Wonderful to see. And of course, alongside all the releases, we have the Arcane Journal for the Empire of
nice.
Man. And naturally, it's got all the history of the Empire, the
I love that
city-states,
artwork,
the
that
geography,
looks cool.
uniform guide.
I think
in
I'm going
there.
to
There's a
start
historical
painting another
refight in there. We
province.
can fight a battle
'cause
against the Beastmen.
cool to have
And two
too.
armies of infamy in there as well, aren't there?
There are indeed. So we can
that's
got
a
a
better
non
picture.
gun line there. And there's also
Love
you
that,
can
the
field
witch
any
hunter.
of the
Probably one of the
nightly
best ones I've
orders.
painted.
They each have their own special rules, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Interesting
so you have a
pacing
nice
on that.
Panther Army, a Blazing Sun Army, which is really cool. And there's some new special characters too.
There are indeed.
Oh.
So we've got Harold Gemmenson, Grandmaster of the Knights Panther, and General Hans von Lohenhack.
Now, we're not going to show you pictures of those yet.
Oh.
They are very lovely, I can guarantee you this, but make sure you're keeping your eye on the
Okay, we
website
got
for
2 new
more
special
information on
characters
those very
with
soon. But
figures.
there's also a slew of
Just
new
not here yet.
units we've never seen before in an Imperial army for Warhammer Old World. So, yeah, exciting times. So keep your eyes on that and grab hold of that Arcane Journal when it's available. Now, from one Old World to another, we're going to the Horus Heresy.
Okay, well, that was pretty good. No, obviously they didn't sit on it as long as I would have liked, but I mean, a pretty big release it'll happen. Yeah, that's a good point. Build an army of infamy, but with a different province. That would be good. Yeah. Yeah, they obviously didn't bring... I thought the War Wagon looked a bit different. I was like, is that a new sculpt? But obviously it makes... I can't remember what the old one looks like. It just didn't look old. But that's those horses, the re-sculpts. If anyone had got the old one, because I've heard it's horrendous to put together. So I'm just having a look for Wagon. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole rest of the stream, because Old World came out so early. In the stream, that is. Yeah, because it just has the old...
So the Harvest Lighter returns, the little
The
pig. that
normal
can fly.
Empire horses. Okay.
What a great
yeah.
kit and beloved by Horus Heresy
It is
fans all
indeed.
over.
That's
Wonderful
good.
to see it actually available in plastic now.
I'm
which is
excited
really
for
cool
that.
for
I
the
reckon
first
we're
time
going
in
to see that
this,
pretty soon, I reckon. Like I said, early
So
January, I
the
reckon.
Harvest,
No new wizard kits from the rumors. Yeah, that was people saying that there is a bunch of wizards coming. Well, I don't know. They still might, I guess, but interestingly that they're saying the entire army's plastic. But are they just saying that because it always was, at least in the recent years, I guess? But then you got stuff like the Children Guard, however you say it, and things like that, which obviously are going to be pewter or whatever it is. And you know, some of those actually the warrior priests, were they Forge World or were they metal? They were metal, weren't they? And that's actually what we saw in some of those clips. I think those leaked packages, I think they were metal. So obviously we'll have a few metal figures if you want as well. Yeah, that's the thing. They must be. I think they were.
That might be one of the biggest guns I've ever seen. Tell me more about this.
Are any of you guys actual Empire players? Or I mean, it'd be good to see if these the Army of Infamy actually bump up their power level. But I'm not so sure. Like my gut feel is these books were written ages ago, so I don't know if they would have. You know, they're not going to bring out and adjust them based on balance. I don't know.
And these are basically replicas of a Dark Age relic.
I just feel like Empire don't have any sort of special rules as such, and that's what sort of they're lacking a little bit. But yeah, maybe some of the new units might make them a bit more. I don't know, like armies of demigriffs. I don't know.
Strength 10, concussive 3, AP 1. And the whole tank is armor 13.
Yeah, I think they're a lot of people's first army, Sean. Hey, just again, it's just the human aspect. Even though it's fantasy, we like to see them. So it'd be good to see. Yeah, the Knights kit. Just I wish. Hopefully, that is one of the things they redo at some point, because it's. Yeah, they just don't stand up. Not when you look at some of the 3D stuff you can get. And obviously, we just saw some cool horse cav for 40k. The Knights ones just don't really. Not on the Emperor anyway. Yeah, the detachment needs to be better. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, the question is, if infantry was slightly better across the board, would Empire still be then a bit more playable? Because they've always been quite an infantry-based army with good magic support and stuff. You know, they should be really good at buffing up way better than what they do. So, I guess we'll see.
Don't get near it. So up next, we've also got the new Doridio Dreadnought. This is the Boreas.
That's pretty cool. I do want to finish painting my Horus Heresy figures at some point.
That's it. So basically, the Doridio is a stable firing platform. It was developed around.
I mean, I don't mind him, but he looks like a toy. So, he looks like some young kid's gone, I need to put this on it, and then this on it, and this rocket launcher up here. Kind of funny.
It became very popular.
It's just a wonderful looking kit. It's so unsubtle, yet it's got guns and really big ones too. The Boreas configuration has these air defense missiles on top. It can carry 4 of them. They have the Skyfire rule.
Do you guys, is it just me, or do you guys see the qualities of the paint jobs different? Like those 40K ones for their primary launch and the launch box for that army looks just insanely well done. And these look
it's just great.
like army painted, if you know what I mean. You know, like you got your forge, your what do they call them? The heavy metal team, and then sort of that level down to smash them out. That's what that one looks like. Or is that just SGS? SGS don't have their own painting people, do they? It's totally. They still use the heavy metal team, I would assume.
Heresy, and now we're moving to the Mortal Realms.
Yeah, we'll hang for this. Is that Goblin? Oh, that's that Goblin that got leaked, I think. Yeah, Hobgrot. Oh, okay, there's my foot of cork. That's the best thing to be released. I don't know if it's an old release, but I certainly haven't seen it. So I want that for my foot. Ah, this is the Spearhead stuff. Okay. And Auric Warclans. Cool.
Wow, the Auric Warclans are here for the Mortal Realms. The brand new
look at
battle
this.
tone, cool new models, and lots of other
Cool new models for Old World. I love it.
Nice here is the rules team have taken the chance to separate the factions out. So in that book, the Cruel Boys and the Iron Jaws are 2 separate factions, essentially 2 different armies that share a couple of things in common throughout the book as well, which is nice. And up first, part of that is this new boss towers. You can see here as well. This is the new faction terrain for the Oryx.
Yeah, see, that's cool. You'd use that in fantasy. Yeah,
So this
that's
is
by
the
them.
Cruel Boys version of this, whereby they'll put these up around their territories to indicate, this is mine, not yours. They have a habit of sort of whispering, because it's not just a little watchtower. This is wrapped up in the wings of magic, and say an enemy army is approaching.
They look good. They're totally old worldable.
Start up, they might get lost in the fog, or you could put a boss up there.
It's really just the shield that sort of makes it look like a Cruel Boy thing.
In both of these towers, but they become a shouty boss, and they have various rules that go alongside them. Let's have a look at the Iron Jaws version. This is the Boss Rock Tower, and similar sorts
The Boss Rock Tower
here, but a bit less subtle, perhaps.
Yes, whereby the Cruel Boys might have a bit of thought, a bit of planning, because they're the Morky element. The Iron Jaws are the Gorky element, and this is where basically the War Chanter has found a.
I would have loved to see the Gore Grunters in AOS. I'm sorry, Old World.
Necessarily, the boss can go up here.
Not that, I mean, Orcs are probably doing it. Actually, it's funny. For I'm doing all the Old World rankings site and pulling in all the data and stuff. It's not a. Orcs and Goblins have been played a lot, but they're not so much played a lot lately, which is kind of interesting.
Stations here as well. These are the endless spells used by the Oracle clans, both the Cruel Boys and the Iron Jaws.
So these new? Because
and of course on the right hand side, it's the Foot of Gore, a famous and beloved spell from the background of Warhammer here, and that literally stomps around the enemy army, causing devastation, which is great. The Gork Roarer,
provided it fits on a big 5-inch blast template, that looks cool.
Spells, but at potential risk, their head could explode if they imbibe too much of this, the magical smoke.
Very orky.
Very orky, yeah. The Mork Spit Marsh is the last one here, and this transforms the land into a squelching swamp, which if enemy units go anywhere near or, heaven forbid, through, they could be in real trouble. So that's really nice to see new sort of manifestations for the faction. Of course, we've also got the new Spearhead coming for the Iron Jaws as well. You've been asking for it, and here it is. Every time I run an event, someone asks when this one's coming along.
Oh, they do look cool, but I mean, even they're going to be struggle to rank up, I would imagine. I don't know if you guys have seen people using them for Black Orcs, but
3 brute rages and 5 brutes for a seriously hitty spearhead.
That's it. You've got 4 units of infantry, so they've got to take a long time to get across the table.
They really are. Well, you'd think that, but the Mighty Destroyer's battle trait rule lets them move in any hero phase, so they're coming at you in your turn, which is terrifying. Also, in the game of Spearhead,
I'd like to convert him and put him on a wyvern. That'd be funny somehow.
When it comes to a game of Spearhead, of course, don't forget the old Spearhead is still legal to use. There'll be a Cruel Boys one there. The Fire and J book still has those in, so you can still use that. There's another new miniature coming here, Alex, the Hobgrot Slitter Boss.
Yeah.
What a cool model. This is like, tell me about that sword. Why is it dripping in whatever that looks like?
It's very two-dimensional. I did see him get leaked, and I was like, yeah. I don't know what you guys think, but
and they'll tend to grab the biggest weapon because obviously that means you're the best, and they'll slather it in various toxins and stuff just to guarantee that they win.
This has got a really nice rule that ties in with that called
Yeah,
toxic stash.
not as
Once per
impressive,
battle,
but
there's a
I don't know.
chance of
Potentially might get that
capturing
foot.
all
I mean, looking for
shots
some.
from
There is
the
some
all
3D sculpts out there, but
Hobgrots. And also we've got the new battle tome, of course, which has
I
everything
think
you
that
know
one
to
looks
expect
better.
from
The one
a
that the
modern
plastic.
battle tome, all the history of the factions, the characters,
Cool.
the hairstyles,
Anyway,
lots of
that's
information on the
half an hour.
animations, that
That's
sort of thing,
probably.
the
I
rules
might.
you'll need.
I don't know if
After
I'll
glory
keep
rules
watching
are
the
in
rest
there
of it. I don't know what you guys
and
want to do,
split between
but
line rules and core boys, so you can choose which way you want to go. And there's some
hopefully the articles I would assume are coming out.
the big war.
Let me see. Would they be out now on their website?
Together.
Yeah.
Now you can with that army
Just
of
try to
renown,
load that up
and
in the
lets
background,
you
have a
use
look.
all of those together, but has specific battle traits, specific enhancements, that sort of thing there as well.
Is it only while
and,
it's
my
coming
favourite regiment
out?
of
I
renown
know.
is called
It's
the
here.
Hurtling Hogs.
It's here.
Bring all the swine.
All the swine. Add more
Let's
grunts
just switch
than
over
any
to it
of the
quickly.
destruction.
Yep. I have to stop that. Share screen again. Bring it up. Whoop. Let's have a quick look at this before I close off the stream here. What have we got here? It's probably just what we talked about. At the heart of the old world is the Empire of Man, a prosperous association of city-states, which at times divided by internal strife and politicking. Frequently they are united as a nation under the command of mighty generals and leaders led to war to fight back the hordes of reaving chaos warriors, barbarous orcs, and pillaging beastmen that assail their borders. The forces are prolific, and we've got a lot to get through, starting with a packed battalion box. Oh, okay. So that's shit because infantry is shit, but you get a steam tank. Is that the way to describe that? Yeah, unless infantry awesome, that's an interesting battalion box. It's going to be divisive, I should say. Because you've just got, I'll bring that up, 2 kits in there, really. Because these, actually one, isn't it? The swordsman was separate. I'm trying to remember what you could build, because it's halberd, swordsman, and spearman, but were they all on the same? Yeah, they've got spearman in the back. Swordsman, yeah, so they did all 3, did it? Is that what it did? So you could do 3 different state troops, and then you got the 2 sets for the. So really, it's 2 sets of state troop setup, basically, and then obviously the steam tank. Okay, but I mean, obviously, the problem being, yes, that's right. It's great. It's a good base for a well-rounded empire, Sean says, but just not a competitive army. I know that's the shame. But, is that hinting at that maybe they might F off the horses at some point? I don't know. Yeah. You do need some of these guys anyway. It's just, and you want the steam tank, so might be okay. I'll keep this zoomed in, actually. Am I missing anything if I zoom in? Boo. Let's do that again. Anyone the least bit interested in raising an army in support, I'm just going to skim this, needs the Arcane Journal. It covers the Empire during the time period of the Old World, 2 armies of infinity, the city-state of Nuln, and the knightly orders of the Empire. Okay, so that's interesting. Given that we know that Cav is so important, the knightly orders of the Empire, and what they say that the one of the special characters is Knights Panther guy. That potentially, these 2 armies of infamy might be hopefully competitive, given that one's going to be very shooty, with cool, the war wagons and stuff, but then also Cav. That might help, depending on what rules they give some of the, what they do with these special crazy rules. Obviously, unless the knights grow wings and become pegs, it might not help too much, but we'll see. I think it'll work well. They got obviously, showing off a cool guy in the artwork on his demigryph. Be interesting. Who was the other guy that they said? I can't remember the guy's name for the special characters. It'd be cool if they, lent on the demigryph as a mount a bit more. Different options there. That'd be cool. I don't mind the artwork. It looks pretty cool. Okay, the new plastic, well, not new plastic kits, but coming back. So yeah, I've got one guy of this, but it'd be cool to get 2 of them because I like the wizard one. He looks pretty cool. What do we got? Cohort. Yep. I'm just going to zoom back out because sometimes I miss the little... No, yeah, you can't change between any of the images. Like this one, you can. Okay, so we have the returning state troops, obviously. They do all 3, I'd imagine. They used to, pretty sure. You got the handguns cav. Yep, cool. Flagellants, awesome. Got a bunch of these, but you can always have more. I'd love to see that again. I'd love to see these guys on the table more. But maybe that's the thing. Just like bugger it. Just try to do it with the armies that you want. Great swords again. Cool models. The obviously the Highlands versions of these are so close and they fit so well. If you're after 3D prints, definitely worth checking those guys out. Huntsmen are cool, or whatever they were called, but and then yeah, this one, the militia box. Oh, look at that! It's going to come with 32. Is it 36? No, 32. Colin, wake up. I never got this kit, but I think that will be one of the most popular. Again, even just for modeling, which should be awesome. Artillery, that's all cool. Nothing new there. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I just got a rebase on mine. I have a bunch of these, but that would be cool. But yeah, just looking at the different province colors, it's making me want to... I guess what I'm getting at in my head is, do I rebase or do I repaint? That's the question. Especially now they've got the 3D print. Maybe that's more of an option. Oh, and then we've got the massive unit of crappy knights. But okay, so they're going to release 12 of them. That's okay. That's interesting if it does come in a box of 12, because I'm pretty sure the ball boys and all that came in boxes of 10. I wonder if that's just a hint to, yeah, the models aren't great. We'll give you more, maybe. That'd be good to get the Pistolies Outriders in boxes of 10. That's cool. This thing, I mean, it's actually good value compared to what you used to get. So, and I like these sculpts. I just wish the Pistolies were more usable. But obviously the Outriders are. People love them. 3 Demagogues. That's interesting. There's only still 3. Is that pretty normal with what they've released lately? Probably. And I think, yeah, there's obviously some other conversions you can do with some of the AOS ones that have been popping out lately, which are pretty cool. Yeah, this is awesome. It'd be interesting to see how this guy comes out with some of the bits still off the Hurricaneum, because I think it was mainly this guy, I'm trying to remember, that was separate, but the actual, all this was, you know, one model, one sort of sprue set. And then you just, oh yeah, well, no, that was separate. So the Hurricane, you just won't get the Hurricaneum part, which is all good. I kind of wish this thing was more competitive, and how, you know, maybe there is a build there where you can skew right into it, make magic hard. Because it is, like, I like the model. It's very big. That's just a bad paint job of the, I think it is anyway. They've obviously gone the Nuln black, but it's just, I don't know. Good to get the steam tank back out by itself as well. I've still got 2, so I don't know if I need another one, but anyway. No, that's cool. And then we got the Chiltern Guard, isn't it? Yeah. Let's zoom in on these guys. This guy does, you know, the standard bearer guy holds up pretty well. I think so. Oh, here we go. Let's just have a look at this guy. So they were saying this guy's all new. Is that correct? He's a new Forge World figure. I think that's what they were saying. And obviously they've so when they say new horses, okay, I'm pretty sure they're the horses off the what's it called? Not the Hurricane model. Yeah, these guys. Pretty sure. Maybe they've just resculpted them with the same design, probably, but they look very similar. Question is, will they be plastic and this still Forge World resin? Do they mix that sort of stuff, or are they going to be all Forge World resin as well? I mean, does it talk about that? Let's have a look. Kit has had every rivet and bolt re-sculpted for greater definition. Its horse have been updated. We complete the new sculpts. And that, yeah, okay, new engineer armed with the Hochland long rifle, but this is only available on a made to order. Oh, okay, so he's new, but he's made to order. Okay, so he doesn't come in. I thought he came in the kit. Okay, that's okay. So when they say made to order, he'll be Forge World resin, will he? Was this the whole? Oh, hang on, it is in the kit, but the whole thing is made to order. Is that what they're saying? Maybe that's what they're saying. Okay, fair enough. General Captain of the Empire, Battle Sound, and Frenzied Harbinger of Doom. That's okay. They've just moved. They've got the wrong. That's annoying, guys. That is supposed to be down here, and that paragraph's supposed to be up there. Okay, all the images are supposed to be around the other way. But that's all cool. Metal miniatures. Yeah. Okay, these. Oh, again, Mori Priest. Okay, they're just saying they're not showing you the pictures of those guys unless they're here. Okay, what the hell have they done? Okay, the images are not in the right spot for the. I don't know. I feel like it should be under the image, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, I love that guy. He's one of. I mean, I've got him and painted him. I just like the look of him. He's been really cool. Definitely want to get them. They're all coming back, which is cool. I never had any of them, so definitely want some of them. Oh, cool. Yep. Very nice. Especially because you want some of these warrior priests of Sigmar as well. So you could definitely be not warrior priests of Ulrich. So if you did some fiddling around with some of these guys, you definitely could do that. Well, they are actually warrior priests. Okay, they just got big axes. Fair enough. Okay, yeah. So I didn't have any of them, so I think they'll definitely be on my purchase list. Got a couple of them. But yeah, these are cool. These are so classic. Oh, man, I'm going to be tempted here. This is going to get dangerous. And I don't need any of them, technically. That's the Chewton Guard, sorry. Yeah. How do you actually end up building a unit of these guys, or you don't? Because they've only got 3. I'm not sure how they came out in the old days. Oh, and then this. I don't know, guys. That's... Some things are worth bringing back. Others, not sure. Definitely nostalgia for some people, I guess. Okay, well, nothing much to look at there. But okay, look, I mean, it's good to see it. I think it's going to be, let's just get it out in January. And if nothing else, more people will throw attempts at Empire to see how they play. And, I'm sure, you've got people like ASBs playing it over here in Australia and doing well. So probably has builds, but obviously, we'll have to see what those armies of infamy are to see if it will really make them, stuff that we'll see a lot of on the tables. That should have been the Children Guard command, and there should be other rank and file. Yeah, but like, are they releasing the others? I don't know. Was there others? Yeah, I guess, but that'd be a whole lead army, wouldn't it? Anyway, I might call this one, guys, because it's going on 40 minutes. Hopefully... we'll go Old World. I mean, it's good. It's probably what I was hoping for Empire. It'd be nice to see, lots of new stuff. Didn't really see that as such, but we do know some new kits are coming, like with those special characters. And obviously, they have reworked things like the War Wagon and stuff. And that guy is obviously new. So there is a few new things, but yeah, I mean, the Empire's a huge range. Just hopefully we'll see how it goes in terms of people using it, and if what these armies of infamy, really they're just going to have to get this book, and hopefully the leaks come out for it or something, or they start dropping some of their preview articles again. What was it called? Whatever it was called. That will be cool. But anyway, keep track of it. Obviously, yeah, we'll talk about this on the show on Monday, or whenever it is for you guys. It probably comes out on a Wednesday or something. Yeah, and yeah, push through the end of the year, and hopefully we'll see some Old World starting to pop back out again. Thanks for watching another Old World Fanatic stream. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We also have a Patreon over there on patreon.com/oldworldfanatics. Do a podcast every week and battle reports and things like that as well. And the odd other video when we get time, which we probably would like to more. So big thank you to all our supporters. Thanks for listening to me ramble on by myself for 48 minutes. Be back on with Josh and Andrew next week. Hope everyone has a good weekend and get some modelling done. See you guys.